Okay, we're going against Praetor's Voice, and we have some wonderful cards in hand here. As long as we can resolve them. Untapped Swamp, but oh well. Do we go for Thoughtseize or the Prologue on our next turn? Not really sure. Tempted to go for the Prologue first, because it's just using our mana in a better way. Arcane Signet, okay. Not too worried about that. I mean, they will get attracted to the following turn. Okay, Duress as well. Wonderful. Let's start with the Duress. Holy crap. That is ridiculous. I guess we're going to go for the Teferi. And I guess we go for the Staff as well. That is insane. Yeah. Broker's Ascendancy with no creatures out. Sure. That's good for me. So Tractor's going to get scary. So she's going to get... She's going to be 6/6 here. But we do have the River's Rebuke. Let's go for the Djinn. So we just have to pray we get a land. They have their Farewell, but I don't know if they're going to use it, you know. Damn, that's a lot of damage. It's going to be 6 and then 8. Okay, so we get a land, but it's the wrong type. Oh, we are going to take an absolute... Okay, that's fine to have on top. Jeez, 8 next turn. Yeah, we are in a lot of trouble, especially when you consider that the Bolus of Citadel is going to not be very useful when we have such little life. And they have a Farewell. So the Farewell is just going to mop up every single thing else we have. Jeez, that's a 10/10. So if they have a counterspell, I think we're just dead. Feed the Swarm. Okay. I mean, they could use the Farewell, but if they do, they're not going to be able to go for the Traxxas. So it buys us a turn, and it gets rid of the Farewell. Because they can't double spell, because the Signet will blow up as well. Interesting. They want to do other stuff first. Proliferation. Okay. That is interesting. I wonder if they want to Farewell... Let's see what happens. We draw cards, Liliana. So we can buy ourselves another turn. Or we could just feed the Swarm now and they're guaranteed to use... No, let's just wait. Let's just wait because they might... I want them to use the Farewell basically, but it doesn't mean they get rid of their own attracts. So we're going to take 4, go to 5. We are risking it incredibly muchly here. Wow, they really don't care about using Farewell, do they? They have patience. They have such patience. Well, bounce it to the hand. Do they honestly just have one creature in the whole deck? Interesting. Come on, tower. Play land at the top. Liliana, so we can start making them discard things now. And Farewell does not deal with it, which is wonderful. Hooligan's Command.
No more distractions. Let's make this quick.
Discard this.
I'm tired of your secrets.
So they do get rid of any of our things. We can also get it back with Takanuma as well. Yeah, and there's no point going for Sauron here. And if they get rid of artifacts, they also get rid of their own rock. Just saying. Does slow them down. Oath of Kaya. Any target. Damn, that's going to hit me, isn't it? So we're down to 2. Down to 2. There's probably many ways at this point we can lose. Many, many ways. Land off the top. Sure. Um, they have farewell. They're so greedy. I've never seen such a greedy player just use the goddamn farewell. What was like? They quit, right? But if they just used farewell there, all they had to do was deal with the Liliana. But they have the Blood Chief's Thirst. What? That is definitely a case of greed. So greedy. My goodness. Hello guys, this is the one you've been waiting for, Sauron the Dark Lord, probably the best legend from the set, in my opinion. It is absolutely incredibly powerful, and it has so many abilities on it. Let's go through them one by one. Ward, sack a legend, or an artifact legend. Basically, this has hexproof. It's going to be very unlikely that you can kill this, so basically it's hexproof. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, amass Orcs 1, which is just ludicrous. You're going to get so many Orc armies from this guy. Whenever an army you control deals damage to a player, the ring tempts you. So that's not even the best part. The best part is whenever the ring tempts you, you may discard your hand. If you do, draw 4 cards. That is ridiculously good. This is one of the best Grixis cards I think they've ever made. And power creep is a thing, and this is kind of over the top. I think this is probably just too much on a 6-drop. When you used to think, Bolas, Big Daddy Bolas, all of his cards, very strong. This one feels like it might go above and beyond. I mean, it's a 7/6 on top of all that as well, so you're going to kill your opponents in about 3 or 4 hits. Absolutely ludicrous. This is one of the strongest decks I've ever built in the history of the channel. It's a Grixis shell, so it's borrowed from my old Bolas decks with a few tweaks. Some of the new cards we have to just make the deck stronger. We've got Saruman the White, who I continue to love and use this card, costing any your second spell, but any spell, not even just instants or sorcery, so you get a Mass Orcs 2, which is important because whenever, obviously, you deal damage to a player, you get tempted, then you can start drawing 4 cards when your hand's empty. That's really strong. I like that we can use old cards as well, like Widespread Brutality, which has been errated in a way to just say amass Zombies 2, but actually add to your current army. If you have a 10/10 amass, then you use this. This is going to deal 10 damage to each non-army creature. Absolutely ludicrous card, and this card, I love it because it actually got better, and it will hopefully see play now after you're seeing this build that I've got here. There's a few little things to just proliferate, like Serum Snare, because if you proliferate, you're also going to increase the loyalty on your army tokens, as well as a couple of Planeswalkers dotted around here. Prologue to Phoresis gives you poison counters, so you can hit them in yet another angle. But yeah, there's just so many good things. Infectious Inquiry, it gives you 2 cards, you lose 2 life, and each opponent gets poisoned. So you can win poison, you can win from combat damage, you can win from Bolas for Citadel with Aetherflux Reservoir. You can also win Professor Onyx just by casting loads of spells. Another new card, which is absolutely ludicrous, is Fiery Inscription. I don't think many people have caught on to this yet, but when it comes in, it tempts you, which is really good. But whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, it deals 2 damage to each opponent. They've basically made Gutter Snipe defunct. Gutter Snipe was a 2/2 with the bottom sentence, and oh my god, power creep in this set is it's just insane. Like, there's so many strictly better than cards. You could also put the One Ring in the deck, but I just didn't have a slot. It's a great card. Put it in if you've got it. I've unlocked it. I just thought, let's try some different cards. Sauron's Ransom is ludicrous as well. Choose an opponent and look at the top 4 cards of your library. Put them into 2 piles, 1 face up, 1 face down. You choose 1 to keep. It's very good. It's Factual Fiction for 3 mana, pretty much. Dreadhorde Invasion, absolutely ludicrous. Just amassing every single turn. Remember, as long as you're hitting someone for 1 damage with a mass, you can discard your hand and draw 4, which is that's a huge swing. You're probably going to win by that point. So don't forget, if you like this video, if you like the gameplay, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel because it really helps. Help me get to that 3,000 subs and beyond. And you can also donate to the channel using the membership button below or the Ko-fi donations link below. And you can donate any amount. It really helps because, yeah, just nice to get a bit of a boost. But I hope you enjoyed today's video. Okay, we're facing Samwise Gamgee. Food Tribal. Interesting to see this guy. It's pretty popular. I'm going to mulligan this one. I don't want the Pact of Negation in my starting hand. This is not very good either because we don't have any blue sources. So we're going to have to pray we get something. No, we don't want more blue cards. So whenever they or another legend comes in, they get food. Okay, we got blue sauce. We might be okay now. We also have Prismaricamon, which can kill Sam and the Thopter, which feels very mean. Garligreeters. Okay. I wonder if they're just going to quit from this Prismaricamon, though. It's pretty mean, but... Wow, and an Elspeth's Nightmare as well. We need to do this now. 2 damage, artifact. Yeah, we'll kill those two. What an incredible 2-for-1 there. I mean, Garligreet is also really good, but I'm going to hopefully hit that with the Elspeth's Nightmare. They chose to put it in the graveyard. Returning it and getting food token. Interesting. Now I'm thinking, which one of these is the stronger one? I think we kill the Sam because the fact that they can keep returning cards from the graveyard is irritating. And also, once we exile the graveyard, it's going to make it a bit easier for us as well. But I've seen this deck do a lot of work. Quirion Beastcaller. Cast a creature spell, put a counter on it. Wow, that's good. Loran, that's going to kill... I wonder what that's going to kill. It's going to kill the Search. Jeez, okay. They are doing a lot of work here. And we can get rid of March. So if we had a board wipe, it would be fantastic right now. Would Ashiok even survive? I don't know. Let's kill the Gargreeters. It's giving them too much value here. And then let's use this now, because if they give us a land, we can play it here. It's quite... it's a strong deck. I mean, it's a white-green deck, but it's proven to be pretty tricky. So they kept the lands in one pile. We lost 2 removal spells, though. But that we can cast Sauron next turn, so... Just saying. When it dies, put the counters among any number of creatures with X's number of counters on them. That's very strong. That is a really strong card. But we can get rid of it with the Ashiok. I think we go for Sauron first. And annoyingly, Loran of the Third Path has a way out of dealing with our Ashiok as well. Because let's say we return something to their hand, and then they exile something, they can draw something and get rid of that instead. Oh, okay, Professor Onyx is nice. Now, normally they do have 2 legends, so they have a kill spell. They can just get rid of Sauron very easily. We have a blocker for the Quirion Beastcaller as well, which is good. We just have to tank a little bit now. Okay. Just keep chomping. Chomping away. And yeah, this is a good time for Ashiok because we just need to make more blockers.
There is little as exquisite
Lands, okay.
as the artistry of
And remember, whenever they play a spell, we get another amass, so let's just hold back. Somewhat ironic that the dark forces of Sauron's army are being held back by Samwise Gamgee and his friends. Infectious Inquiry, that's good. Get to draw more cards, give them poison. Keep chomping this Quirion Beastcaller. It's going to be one of those games. Lair of the Hydra is going to get annoying as well, because this is going to be huge. It doesn't have trample, though, thankfully. And they're just going to gain life. Oh, I see, because when a food's sacked, they get a basic to the battlefield tapped. Okay. Bonus of Citadel, that's good. I think we just keep making blockers, though. Go for not. How much mana do we have? Let's go for the Onyx. Make them lose. What will they lose? The Loran? Oh, no, they lose the thing with the biggest power, sorry. Not the greatest CMC. Okay. So that dies at least. Then we get all the counters onto there. But remember, we still have a blocker. Well, we have 2 blockers, in fact. They could sacrifice 3 foods to return a historic card, but that isn't historic. I would like to keep Onyx alive because the life gain on her is so powerful. And I honestly think if we can resolve this Citadel in our turn with the Onyx out, I don't know what they're going to be able to do. 7-7. Who are they going to attack here? Both going in Ashiok. I'm happy for Ashiok to go down. I want to keep the Onyx alive. Because with the Citadel out, we actually gain life if there's spells as well with the Onyx. So let's just see what we can do here. Right, initiate end game protocol. Saruman. So that's a second spell, which means we won't get an Orc now, but we will start gaining life here. So 2 damage to artifact. Let's go for the Witch's Oven and let's kill the Loran, because that is giving them quite a few cards. Okay. We are down to 7 though, so we are quite vulnerable to some kind of tapping or some kind of unblockable. What do we get? A Braid? A Braid's fine. Fraction Arena we're going to lose. Let's go for a Braid here. Yeah, I don't think there's anything they can do to get back from this, because even a Farewell would leave our Planeswalkers alive. What are they going to do? Get back Loran? If they do, they'll be able to deal with the Citadel. Yeah, so they will be able to deal with the Citadel. So I don't want to play the Arena. I don't want to lose any more life unnecessarily. I could have attacked in with the Orc Army there just to go and draw 4, but I do like my hand. And then in our next turn, we will amass even more, which hopefully we'll kind of reassess from that point. So here goes the Bolas' Citadel. But to be honest, it did okay. Not amazing, but... Oh, and an Apparition as well. What's that going to get rid of? This doesn't have any targets. Okay. Literally has not a single target because these are tokens. And everything is 5 mana or more. So that was pretty unlucky, to be honest. How are they going to get through this? I really don't know. But it's a really strong Samwise deck, I have to say. So, let's go for Grim Tutor. So we only lose 1 life for casting this, and now we get any card. What's interesting that we could do? Don't really know. What have we got? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. I mean, the boring thing would be to go for the River's Rebuke, right? I'll go for the Ether Flux, start gaining some life back. River's Rebuke would just end the game and end their suffering, but we're playing a Sauron deck, so we need to prolong the torment. Black Market Connections as well, wow. Let's go for Narset, because it means they can't draw extra cards. Absolutely being mean. Pact of Negation. Oh, wow. That's amazing. So they basically can't resolve anything now. That's going to win them the game. I have to be evil. I have to be. For the sake of Sauron. The flavour. Cheers. So they just gave us a card. Oh my god. And they even had a Crater Hoof, which would have actually won them the game. Ooh, that was... I was playing with fire there, because if I didn't have the pact, I would have legitimately been dead from my arrogance. So I think the moral of that story is just River's Rebuke when you can, even when you think it's boring, because you will just randomly die to Creative Behemoth. So, holy crap, that was close. Okay, we get to go first. Okay, it's an okay hand. Saruman's super good with Sauron because we can just keep making him mass tokens. Tom Bombadil cares about sagas. Good for them. Whenever a 5-color commander comes out, people just gravitate towards it, don't they? It's also one of the most popular cards in the set as well. And unfortunately, it's popping up a lot. Let's just say that. This guy in Atraxa is all we seem to see these days in Atali. But let's see if we can plow through this guy. Sauron's Ransom is actually ridiculously good. Like, instant speed, draw 2 cards, but you get to pick from one of two piles. So it's just interesting, right? These cards are ones I like because it involves both parties making decisions. Not just, you play a spell and you win the game instantly. It's the interaction I enjoy, and this is definitely like that. We need more cards that involve both people. 2 or more people. Mind Spike. Okay, Jugan. Let's just do this now. But this sometimes bewilders people because it's hard to pick. So they want to give me... There's a lot of psychology involved, right? Because one pile's face up, one pile's face down. Do they show me the good card in the face up, or do they show me the good card face down? Or do they show me any cards at all? Wowzers. Take this pile, definitely. Land, Kozilek. Interesting. Interesting division there. And I actually think I'm going to kill this because it adds green mana, and they're also going to be able to put 2 counter on it. So I'd like to stop that there. If we can resolve the Citadel, I'm going to feel really happy. Mind Spike. So they're going to discard a card. Draw 2 cards as well. That is silly. It's funny because you don't really see Metamized Prophecy that much. But, yeah, it really paid off. Because it drew them 2 cards, and it got rid of one of ours, so they're up 3 cards now. For Saruman. And I can't wait for these sagas to go away, because then it means that Tom Bombadil won't have Hexproof Indestructible. So then they'll look at the top cards and that'll go away. So now we've just got a Remnant to deal with. It's only a 2/2 for now. However, even if it does get bigger, what we can do is we can go Arcane Signet and then Widespread Brutality. So then we'll get a 4/4 that deals 4 damage to each other creature, which would also kill Tom Bombadil. So if all they do is go for Tom Bombadil, we can take care of both of them, which is kind of cool. 6 mana. We're going to bounce Saruman to our hand. Okay. We have to pay 2. Right, so that plan's gone out the window. Let's go for plan B then, which is Sauron. But they do have a legend. Oh, actually, it's not, is it? Actually, not a legend, so they can't sack this to kill Sauron. They might have a sack effect, though. So whatever they do here... Oh, damn, they have a freaking answer for it. We get to a mass. Oh, that really sucks. Oh, no, we get to sack this. Oh, okay, that's a pretty good answer, I have to say. Fatal Push. You know what? I'm going to take that because... okay, win on a technicality. They forgot the mass we could sack, but that deck was... I don't actually think we would have actually gotten out of that. Here we go first against Samwise and Dina. This hand is actually quite good as long as we can get a bit more mana. Should be fine. The Liliana can deal with the Simone over and over again. This can give us any colour, so that's useful. Because now we can go for Liliana next turn, or we can use the Bolt as well. Might want to go for the Black Market Connections, though. Depending on what they do, if they go for a creature, we can just either bolt it or cut it down. This is actually a god hand, to be honest. Well, when you consider that Black Market and Liliana the Veil is in the same hand, it is kind of silly. Wow, and a land as well. This is mental. We don't have Llanowar Elves, but we do have Black Market Connections. It's 3/4, so the Lightning Bolt actually does not cut it here. And neither does the cut down, ironically enough. Dark Ritual. Holy moly, let's go all modes. Three, 4, 5 mana, so we can go for this. And we can also go for Liliana as well. This is just mean, isn't it? Because we will both discard cards, but man, crazily good.
Fight? And you think you can win?
Get the Bolt. And next turn we could even go for Sauron if we needed to. They haven't quit, which means they've got some great cards in their hand. Because I think if I was facing this, I would give up. To be perfectly honest, 2 of the best black cards of all time. Of all time. And this one was printed last year, I think. Was it this year? Oh my god, time goes fast. Liliana was reprinted this year. Binding? Interesting. So that is a good answer. Going for the Lily there.
I knew this was a waste of time.
All modes, because I'm crazy. Do they have a board wipe? I don't want to risk it just yet. Let's keep our field as it is for now. Because if I'd gone for Sauron there and they had a board wipe, we would have lost a lot of advantage. The fact they're still going strong, scary sign indeed. They have blue though, so you know, anything like an extra turn or a bounce. Elvish Visionary. Not scared of that by itself, but Topiary Stomper. Okay. So now they've established a field. I'm not too worried about going for Sauron because I feel like the board wipe would just hurt them far too much as well. Let's just go for the mana here. So they can actually block with the Stomper. So we do not have any good attacks. Land. We lose the bounce spell, which is... The bounce spell wouldn't have done anything, because they would just get to replay their ETBs. Are they just going to go for the ultimatum? That's the question that's always in the back of my head against Sultai. Against White, it's Farewell. Dusk, Legion, Zealot. Everything they do either gives them a card or some kind of... Whoa, these are armies? Well, that is strange. So army is a creature type, and these shapeshifted. So that's an army in a can. That is interesting. That is very weird. And now I can choose. What the heck? How bizarre is that? How bizarre is that? Some kind of life gain would be good right now. Dark Intimations is good. I think we'll just keep it simple with this. Just get the mana. We can force them to block, can't we? What creatures? Go for Dark Intimations. Let's make them sack a creature, discard a card, we get something back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we can still kill 2 other creatures with Cut Down and Culligan's Command, and we can get rid of another card. Brutal. This is actually going to be a very brutal turn here. Pact of Negation. Holy crap. I did not expect that. they're going to be 5 mana down in their turn. Okay. Okay, so 2 damage discard. Let's get rid of the Zealot. So yeah, the idea here is I want to get rid of all their chump blockers, so when we attack, they're forced to block one of our armies, and then they won't be able to stop us from drawing cards, which is what I want to do desperately. What have we got here? Eaten alive or something? Damn, that would be annoying, because then we'd lose to Sauron. What on earth have they got for 1 mana? Really confused. Flicker spell? Something? What have they got? What's in the box? Man, I've never seen someone take this long to decide the fate of a common. Okay, that's gone. Thank goodness. Cut down on this. Is it going to take equally as long to decide for this common? Or will it be... Or does the Elvish Visionary not deserve such attention? Where the Dusk Legion Zealot did? Oh, it deserves equal amount of attention, apparently. Another timeout used. Very interesting. They must have something incredibly good in their hand. That's all I can say. Right, finally. Let's go to combat. Let's give them the choice. I'm happy to trade Sauron for 2 of the creatures because then they won't have the commander. Choice is theirs. The downside of this is we could be taking 7 on the way back, which is incredibly risky, but I'm all about that risk. So apparently each of their creatures on the field has an equal amount of care and consideration. Okay. Tempts me. Sure, let's make Prosper the Ring Bearer. And we'll discard and draw 4. Okay, wonderful. Choose it again. Why not? We can do it again. That's interesting, because you're not normally meant to have multiple armies, are you? So yeah, we'll do it again. I'd prefer a better hand than that, please. Braid. Extinction event. Okay, so could we... Damn, so shapeshifters with Sauron is a thing. Keep that in mind. They're down to 5. And they're passing the turn. Wowzers in the trousers. Let's just go for 1 there. So we've got even, even. Everything of ours is even. Everything is odd. So, well, let's give it a go. This could get rid of their entire field. Taken out with an extinction event, guys. Insanely good.
Did you know that you can help my channel by watching another one of my videos? Go ahead, you know you want to.